During the Great Depression, a staged photo with a giant grasshopper symbolized the struggles of farmers, representing both economic hardships and environmental disasters like the Dust Bowl. In 1939, kids in Bradford, England, lined up for medicine while on holiday in Morecambe, showcasing the era's focus on public health for children's well-being. In 1967, a photographer captured a dramatic moment as a kangaroo confronted him, highlighting the unpredictable nature of wildlife. In 1933, the great manta, weighing over 5,000 pounds, was caught off the coast of Brielle, New Jersey, a remarkable catch that stunned onlookers and made history. This 1910 electric bathtub was an early 20th century home appliance innovation, integrating electricity for added comfort and luxury. A 1955 photo captured a chimpanzee reading a newspaper, revealing its surprising human-like traits and intelligence. Antarctic explorer Harold Hamilton poses with the massive skeleton of an elephant seal, captured between 1911 and 1914. A photo from 1906 captures training at an Italian cavalry school. A French radiographer and his protective gear, captured in 1918. A worker carefully carves an eye on Mount Rushmore during the 1930s, showcasing the meticulous craftsmanship behind this monumental sculpture. A unique mushroom-shaped ice formation, captured in 1912. A giant redwood felled in 1892, showcasing the immense size of these ancient trees that once dominated the landscape. In 1969, when segregation still barred Black Americans from swimming with whites, Mr. Rogers invited Officer Clemens to share a pool and cool their feet together. Nikola Tesla sits calmly in his laboratory, surrounded by his revolutionary magnifying transmitter, a symbol of his genius and groundbreaking work in electrical engineering. An early photo captures a Native American with a wolf, reflecting the deep respect and bond they shared, contrasting with myths spread by settlers. A Harlem grocer proudly stands outside his store in 1937, capturing a snapshot of daily life during that era. Three boys pose playfully for the camera, capturing a lively moment in Jamaica. A glimpse of resilience in the 1930s. Job seekers holding signs, hoping to catch a break during the Great Depression. A boy proudly poses with his toy car in the 1930s, proof that style starts young. A Japanese couple captures a charming mirror selfie in the 1920s, a timeless moment of creativity and connection. A German soldier defies orders in 1961, helping a young boy cross the newly built Berlin Wall to reunite with his family, a rare moment of humanity during tense times. Michelangelo's statue of David was encased in bricks during World War II to shield it from potential bomb damage, a protective measure for a timeless masterpiece. In 1945, soldiers returned home from World War II, bringing relief and joy to families after years of separation and sacrifice, marking the end of a global conflict. Shirley Slade, a 22-year-old WASP pilot in 1943, wears her flying helmet, goggles, and gloves ready for duty in Blooded II. In 1906, inventor Charles S.L. Baker and his assistant demonstrate a new heating and radiator system, showcasing innovation in home comfort. In 1930, New Yorkers were spotted sporting fashionable hats, a symbol of style and sophistication during the Great Depression era. On November 4, 1940, a bride leaves her bombed home in London to get married, a symbol of resilience amidst the war. During the London Blitz of 1940, a milkman embodies the true spirit of keep calm and carry on, continuing his duties despite the bombings. In 1974, Harold Whittles, a young boy born deaf, heard sound for the first time after receiving a hearing aid. This powerful moment captured his reaction, showcasing the life-changing impact of hearing technology. A portrait of a Luzon woman from 1875, capturing the essence of her culture and time. An Inuk man teaches a boy how to shoot circa 1920, passing down essential skills and traditions. Kiss Band members pose with their parents in 1976, showcasing a rare personal moment behind their iconic rock personas. In 1947, a mother shows a photo of her son to a returning prisoner of war, hoping he might have seen or known him. The image reflects the heartbreak and unanswered questions left in the wake of war. After World War II, Da Vinci's Mona Lisa was safely returned to the Louvre, symbolizing the resilience of art and culture amidst the devastation of war. Titanic survivors are seen here boarding the Carpathia in 1912, rescued from one of history's most infamous maritime disasters. In February 1934, towering columns of the Hoover Dam were filled with concrete, as seen from the Nevada Rim. This incredible feat of engineering shaped one of the most iconic structures in American history. In 1940, During the Nazi occupation of Paris, the Eiffel Tower stood as a silent witness to a city under control, its grandeur contrasting with the weight of history unfolding around it. Dr. Werner von Braun, a key figure in rocket engineering for Nazi Germany and later the US, stands by F-1 rocket engines, circa 1969, crucial for Apollo's success. The Eiffel Tower, captured mid-construction on November 23, 1888. Built between January 1887 and March 1889, it became a French icon. An Indian student preparing for university in 1905 used an unusual technique, tying his hair to the wall to stay awake while reading. Who else needs tricks like this to keep studying? Cow shoes worn by moonshiners during Prohibition to disguise their tracks, photographed on June 18, 1924. An Ojibwe Native American is captured spearfishing in Minnesota, 1908, demonstrating traditional fishing methods passed through generations. In 1939, a sign in London reads, "No dog biscuits today," reflecting the hardships of wartime shortages. A serene view of an oasis in Giza, 1917, offering a tranquil contrast to the surrounding desert landscape. The famous Montparnasse train wreck in Paris occurred on October 22, 1895, when a train overran the platform, crashing through the station wall. Passengers waiting at the Greyhound bus terminal captured in 1969. An early food truck from 1918 serving meals on the go, a demonstration of the early computer mouse introduced in 1968. A man not wearing a mask during the Spanish flu pandemic, 1918, when mask wearing was widely encouraged to prevent the spread of the virus. The punt gun, a giant shotgun used in the 19th and 20th centuries, could kill up to 50 birds with one shot. It was designed to hunt waterfowl for both meat and feathers, the latter used in women's hats. The weapon was banned in the 1860s for its destructive power. This 1899 Austrian-class photo features a young Adolf Hitler, standing as the tallest boy in the back row. Ham the chimpanzee moments before boarding the Mercury Redstone 2 capsule for his historic test flight on January 31, 1961. Little Coyote and Morning Star, also known as Dull Knife, were prominent leaders of the Northern Cheyenne people. In 1931, a Zeppelin majestically soared over the iconic pyramids of Giza, blending modern innovation with ancient history in a striking display. In 1938, Portland, Oregon, was home to one of the largest log structures ever built, the Forestry Building. Constructed in 1905 for the Lewis and Clark Exposition, it showcased massive Douglas fir logs and celebrated the Pacific Northwest's timber industry. Tragically, this architectural marvel was lost to a fire in 1964, leaving only memories of its grandeur. In 1960, Otto Frank, Anne Frank's father and the sole survivor of their family, returned to the attic where they had hidden during the Nazi occupation. A poignant visit to the place that held their shared hopes and fears. In 1913, Thomas Edison posed beside an electric car, showcasing his pioneering work in alternative energy and early electric vehicles. The Union of Glass Industry Workers began in the late 1800s, starting with the Glass Workers Class Association in 1894. This 1915 image shows a Turkish sniper camouflaged as a bush during the Gallipoli campaign, demonstrating Ottoman forces' tactical brilliance. In 1921, Lota Cheek, crowned America's prettiest girl, later became an actress in New York after winning a beauty contest. A 1925 photo shows a Red Army soldier operating a telephone, reflecting Soviet efforts to modernize communications. In December 1910, young workers at Loudon Hosiery Mills in Tennessee highlighted the child labor conditions of the time. Bayonne, France continued its long tradition of bullfighting in the 1950s, a practice rooted in the city's history since the 13th century. In 1911, child laborers, known as breaker boys, worked in Pennsylvania coal mines, sparking labor reform efforts. A rare shot of a priest yawning in the confessional humorously shows the human side of religious figures in their routine. In mid-February 1865, a soldier suffering from swamp fever was diagnosed with scurvy and gangrene, requiring specialized treatment. In 1926, Ardingly schoolboys left for Christmas break, captured in an excited photograph as they headed home for the holidays. Robert Wadlow, the tallest man ever at 8 feet 11, 1 inches, suffered from gigantism, leading to his extraordinary height. In the 1920s, aviatrix Lillian Boyer performed a daring aerial stunt, hanging from her plane during the Minnesota State Fair. A boy riding a pig in early 20th century America reflects rural life, where children had close ties with farm animals. In 1959, locals in Cogne, Italy, participated in traditional hay harvesting, reflecting the region's agricultural customs. A rocket scooter was introduced in 1931, combining a scooter with a rocket engine for speed, reflecting the era's tech fascination. In April 1946, a workman's tram derailed in Woolwich, injuring 4, offering affordable fares for factory workers and suburban relocation.